A very warm good morning to everyone who is present over here. India is celebrating its 74th Republic Day. It is celebrated every year on 26th January to remember the historic moment when our nation became an independent republic country. As you all know that India got independence on 15th August 1947. But the country did not have its own constitution. Instead, India was governed by the laws implemented by the British. However, after many deliberation and amendments, a committee which was headed by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar submitted a draft of the Indian Constitution which was adopted on 26th November 1949 and it officially came into effect on 26th January 1950. So, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to present to you the fundamental rights of Indian Constitution. What are the fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are the basic human rights enshrined in the Constitution of India, which are guaranteed to all citizens. They are applied without discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender, etc. Significantly, fundamental rights are enforceable by the courts. In case of a violation, a person can approach a court of law. Now the question is, why are they called fundamental rights? They are called fundamental rights because of two reasons. Number one, they are enshrined in the Constitution of India, which guarantees them. Number two, they are enforceable by the courts. So how many fundamental rights are there in Indian Constitution? There are 6 fundamental rights in Indian Constitution. Let me count them for you. Number 1, right to equality. Number 2, right to freedom. Number 3, right against exploitation. Number 4, right to freedom of religion. Number 5, cultural and educational rights. Number 6, right to constitutional remedies. What do each of these mean? Let me talk about right to equality first. What does that mean? That means if you are a citizen of this country, you have a right to be treated equally. You can't be denied entry in any public place. You can't be subject to a different set of laws than the rest of the people. Number 2, right to freedom. What does this mean? This means if you are a citizen of this country, you have the right to be free. You are free to express your thoughts. You are free to obtain information about the workings of the government and the people in power. This is also called right to information. You can also take up any job you want as long as you have the necessary qualifications for that particular job. Number 3, right against exploitation. Nobody can exploit a fellow citizen. No citizen can be enslaved or forced to work anywhere. If a citizen is 14 years or more young than that, he or she has the right to not work anywhere. Children who are younger than 14 years should not be working. That's child labor. It's illegal. Children under the age of 14 years should be enrolled in schools, even if they don't have the money for fees. The government is expected to provide them with free education. Number 4, right to freedom of religion. It means if you are a citizen of this country, you have the right to practice whatever religion you choose to, and the government will respect it. The government will not intervene in people's personal belief. We don't call India an exclusively Hindu or Muslim or Christian country. The government does not identify itself with any particular religion. Instead, it respects all religion. Number 5, cultural and educational rights. Every citizen of India has cultural and educational rights. This means if you are a citizen of this country, you have the right to preserve your culture and set up institution for it to survive. You have the right to educate people about your culture. But remember this, if they are willing to learn, of course. Quran also emphasizes this. La ikraha fid deen. Let me come to the number 6. Finally, all citizens have the right to constitutional remedies. It means if you feel like any of your rights are being compromised, you have the right to take the issue to the court. And if the court finds that your rights have been denied by the government or individuals, the courts will give you your rights back. Now I'll conclude my speech on these words. All these rights we all have as citizens of this country. The more aware we are of these rights, the better citizens we can become. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.